Warning! I'm an old man that waxes nostalgia on gaming, seeing as how I've done it for as long as I can remember. There will most likely be spoilers for the games I list, and maybe some other ones as well as other examples. If you want to avoid that, or if you're uninterested in hearing me ramble and are just here for the music choice, there will be links provided for said music in the description of the video below. With that said, let's begin. Salutations and welcome to day 28 of my 30-day video game music challenge. This one's for nostalgia. On this channel, I've spoken on Mother's Day and Father's Day years ago, what they brought to gaming for me. This one I gotta talk about my older brother, who was the first to complete this game. He was the first one to really teach me how the Nintendo Zapper works, in a way, there's like two notches, I think, on the end of the... There's one notch on the end of the gun. Two notches where the base is, like where your hand would be at the top part. And you gotta line those up to get your shots perfectly. Basically, just line the one in between the two, basically. Also the first one that really started my whole thing later on. I think maybe it was an age thing or something like that, where I didn't always start out as like a big RPG guy. I was like platformers and fighting games later on in my early teens. Now it's, maybe he knew something back then I didn't, because he was the first one to, he did most of Shadowrun before I did. Like he got to Drake before I ever did. And then later on when I got the game and actually owned it, I was able to do the rest of the game myself. I'm just trying to remember what he knew. But he was the first one to complete and I actually got this from the Falcom Music channel, no less. So thanks to them. And I hope they bring it back someday. For more modern consoles. Hell, I think Falcom got a Legacy of the Wizard or something like that for a Namco museum for PlayStation 4. But yeah, it's the Guru's Temple / Church. In a game called Faxanadu. He was the first one to actually finish that. I guess it would be bare bones nowadays in an RPG, but it's never a bad thing. There's a lot of like backtracking and collection of like, and purchasing like the keys and weapons and armor and potions you need. It was honestly a better version of Zelda 2. It's very much like that style of play where you're walking like left to right on a same plane and just stabbing things that way with a sword. There's a couple of really good tracks in that game, but it always comes back to the Guru Temple Church, because you're probably going to hear that theme more than anything. That's your, okay, go here to get your level rank up so you can equip better weapons and armor and stuff like that. We got to set that up. You start here, because it was an NES game. You don't have like saves in it. Back then it would always be passwords, and the guru would give you your password if you wanted to stop playing for a while. It's like, okay, remember your mantra. So you would hear that really nice somber theme a lot, and it always just brings me back to when my brother would just sit there and watch him play. Iron Tank was another one. He got a little bit farther than I did on that, you know. Oh yeah, he also taught me Batman NES, the wall jump, which I didn't even know was a thing. He and I stumbled upon that somehow. Like he was the first one to figure that out. I'm like, well, what? You can jump off the walls in that game? Yeah, you can go through stage 1, no problem with that, but stage 2 with like the electricity and everything and the weird jumping. And then I only ever got as far, I don't know how far he got, I only ever got as far as level 4 on like a really good run. But yeah, good old Falcom. I guess they're bringing stuff back. I think they do the Ys series. I think we're getting another one on the PlayStation 4 for that, by the way. I don't know if they would ever do like the entire series. There's got to be like countless games on that. But they've been around for a long time, Falcom. I'd like to see more of their lesser games like this would come up. Want to see more people get a chance to play it. But yeah, Faxanadu, the Guru's Temple, or the church. Join me tomorrow for Final Boss. Until then, take care, and thanks for listening.